Everyone. There are many games where you try to roll the king, but very few actually explain how it really is. So today, I'll tell you about a game where you'll get second passenger in the head and become a king of legends. For I'm CringeLord, and this video is about Tainted Grail, the fall of Avalon.
Heart of the plague has started beating once more, and the Red Death has returned. Rulers of the island asylum, an order of the Red Priests, are desperate to stop it by any means necessary. Rotting in one of their cells is a stranger who might bring a spark of change to this cursed island stuck in everlasting autumn.
A real legend will unfold before you in this game. Fate will bring you to the King Arthur himself. You will become his escort and travel through a kingdom built on his legacy. Accompanying a real legend, as usual, won't come easy. Human desperation, political confrontation, and mysterious weirdness bear many threats that will stand on your way. Fortunately, you can stand out for yourself, and game offers you a variety of means to arm. Melee weapons such as swords, axes, spears, clubs, and shields for those who depend on strength, daggers that come in limited quantity, and bows for dexterous ones. Magic for those who depend on powers beyond understanding. The last one perhaps stand out the most, but melee weapons do also shine bright. Bows are rather tricky to utilize due to limitation in movement and necessity to invest into skill tree. Fighting is spectacular with all the dodging, parry, and blocking. An interesting mechanic called weak spots comes here too. Striking enemies to certain spots will deal more damage, while less to other, making you adapt to enemies you deal with. They split into several groups: humans, monsters, and animals, all different in their patterns of behavior and attacks, which won't let you get bored while traversing lands of Avalon. But everything changes once darkness falls. Not only extra enemies are spawned, but their overall strength is also enhanced. Exploration is rewarding in many aspects. Treasures, powerful weapons and spells, stalwart armor, and enhancing mysterious shrines scattered all across the map. And that's not all. Game lore, beautiful scenery, and atmospheric places will come as a good addition. All of Avalon is full of side quests that can be found everywhere. Talking to people, reading books, looting Fallen may turn out as an extra adventure. Choices and dilemmas are part of it, making you wonder how not only the main story will unfold, but also many side stories. Progression system is nicely made, giving you many options to strengthen self. Various perks in skill tree and stat upgrade is basic, but crafting helps you here too, upgrading your equipment, attaching relics, and reducing weight. But the most important of all is the power of King Arthur that slows down the flow of time, but it can also grant you more strength depending on how you will shape it.
What happens when you say you hear voices in the head in real life?
Send him for treatment.
What happens when you say you hear voices in the head in game?
God gracious, he is hero of legends.
Tainted Grail, the Fall of Avalon is an unusual remake of the famous legend, turning into a dark, grim, and sinister story. You will dive not into the legend itself, but create your own, seeing the outcome of the events beforehand. All good stories start with imprisonment. Do they? At least this one is that way. And in addition, you're gravely sick. A guy named Caradog helps you to leave the cell, and directs you to the exit. While sneaking out, you stumble upon a mysterious statue that transports you to the world beyond, to meet no other than King Arthur himself, fusing his soul with yours. Is such meeting accidental? Once you finally leave the prison, you'll find it out. Arthur will not only grant you a task of recovering his cell, but also will become your protector and mentor. The escape will be successful, and you will return to the continent to finally begin your adventure. The land of the fallen glory will stand before your eyes. The fall of Avalon is not a story of grand adventure of becoming a hero, but uncovering essence of the world, forces beyond understanding, truth of the past, and fixing what went wrong. The plot of the game is saturated with grey morale, not just the main quest, but side ones as well. Many conflicts and complex situations will unfold before you. The question will arise, what will you do? Offers offer you to become a true king and see the consequences of your judgment and actions. The plot directly tells you, there is no right or wrong, just the situation and the outcome. Evil is what will lurk behind you, what you see, and what will you do when given choice. There will be no other way around. As you could have guessed, the main feature of Tainted Grail is choice system and ability of player to shape the world to a certain extent. Many quests vary in the way you solve the problem, like finding one's wife, meeting her, finding that she's affected by madness and choosing her fate, granting her death in battle, or just bringing home. What is lesser evil and what will be the consequences of any of those decisions? Everyone will decide it himself. Side quests are connected to the main arc in various ways, shaping your relationship with factions, Camelot or tribes, alternating future encounters and events. The plot of the game is full of philosophical dilemmas and complex topics, usually a good mix of them. The game delves into such topics as God, faith, life, death, legacy, honor, mercy, duty, and many more.
Arthur, you a liar. I hate you.
You are right to judge me.
Caradoc, you are a liar. What do you have to say for yourself?
You don't get it. It's different.
Tainted Grail is a visually diverse game, rich with beautiful, grim, and atmospheric scenes. The visuals are mostly based on real world with addition of post-war state. The story of the game unfolds on 3 main locations: Points of the South, Kunacht, and Fallen Swords. Each is unique in its setting, nature, and inhabitants. Forests, fields, plains, swamps, and mountains are full of small details, lonely houses built in solitude, magnificent ancient shrines and altars, destroyed fortifications, travelers' camps with their owners nearby. Everything shows that this is lived-in land of legend, and it's still full of life, but with a touch of danger and struggle. That vividly demonstrates various sides of the world. Surroundings not only create atmosphere, but also participate in storytelling, visualizing stories, consequences, and aftermath. Places you visit evoke sadness, magnificence, mystery, and dismay. Living beings that inhabit lands of Avalon reflect struggle, changes in nature, its people lifestyle, and their interaction with weirdness. Armor and weapons look insanely good. There are many cool sets that will make you look like you pose a real threat. Somehow you don't see it often in games.
How slowing down time actually feels.
Well, now we've got to touch some darker sides of the game. There's no anything critical or drastic, but still. I would say that there are 4 main issues. First one is weirdly made attack hit zones for some enemies like Blood Abomination in Act 1. That's supposed to damage you if you stay in front, but you can get damaged even if you are behind and fire. Some weapons like two-handed axe also have issues. You can notice it while fighting enemies. If you stay close to texture, you get damaged. The way projectiles like fireballs and arrows work also is a bit questionable. To avoid getting hit by arrows, you need to dodge before attack happens. Even if you touch the texture, there is no damage. For fireballs, things are a bit different. You need to dodge when the projectile is spawned, otherwise you'll be targeted. Not much of an issue, but really confusing. Second one is weird geodata. You may stumble across a small object when dodging, and get hit due to it. It's also dangerous to walk at the map edges. Third one is connected to second one. It's weirdly made textures which allow enemies to walk through them. The fourth one is that game wasn't properly polished and some things were left half ready. It's noticeable in things like huge zone in Kunacht or the way finale is made. Well, the fall of Avalon truly shows what it means to be the king. It will lead you through many ups and downs. This game resembles Skyrim in many ways, especially in some UI elements and graphics. Tainted Grail devs borrowed many aspects from it, but somehow they made it original to a certain sense. Some things turned out to be good, some questionable. I played this game on hard mode, and I believe that this is the right difficulty for this game, that will provide you with enough challenge and satisfaction. Normal mode may make an impression that the game is too easy. I would say it's the most difficult at the start, but once you will get used to fighting and progress a bit, it will feel just right. I really enjoyed combat system of the Fall of Avalon, but I also felt that being an archer or stealth rogue won't just work out, even though it was my initial intent. Enemies are not blind, unlike in Skyrim. When you try to shoot enemies from distance, you'll be able to do 2 shots at best, before you'll be overrun and dead. Enemies mostly use 3 types of magic: Fireball, Summon and Power Wave, which puzzles me because the game has way more to offer. Despite that, I would still call combat good and fun, especially boss fights. Story and questing is really well made, with a lot of choices, grey morale and many philosophical questions raised. It's not the usual you can save everyone or friendship wins. Choose who dies, that dude or that dude, and there's no other way around. Or the other way, you either keep a person alive but he remains possessed and out of his mind, or you grant him death in battle to relieve him from suffering. The game is full of those kind of things. I really find it fresh and commendable. The only drawbacks I see is a bit of inconsistency of Arthur's character on some occasions, but that's quite passable. But the main issue is finale. I can describe it with the phrase, "What the hell? Are you for real?" Like, the way finale made leaves a lot of questions. It feels like it wasn't properly finished from many aspects. I don't want to delve too much not to spoil the plot. So, the price of the game is $45, which I personally believe is a huge overprice. Like, it shouldn't cost this much. Before release it was $30, which is way more adequate, but still expensive. I would say $25 would be more reasonable. I can only recommend you this game only if you grab it at a good discount, otherwise it's not really worth it, even though it has good amount of interesting things to offer. I thank you for watching, and I would like to know, did you play this game? What do you think about it? Do you consider it a good game? Let me know in the comment section below. I fare you well, and I'll see you in the next video.